Yeah, you're right. And when you mention a young centre-back, it's an unforgiving position like goalkeeper. We know that. So you look at young Euro, doesn't really follow in on the first goal, the overlap on the second goal. That's something he should read and something he should see. I think a little bit of a worry for Manchester United fans would be Martinez, because I was critical of him when he first came, because I didn't think he'd be able to play in a back four, thought he'd be too small. But he had a really good first season. Now, in some ways, you think he's actually perfectly suited to a back three. You know, he can step out with the left foot. He's got two bigger players alongside him. And even though he played a great ball through, didn't he, for the winner in the Manchester derby, I don't think he's looked as comfortable since Amorim came in, when I actually thought, oh, this would be almost like the making of him. This will really suit him. So that's a little bit of a worry, because as Jamie just rightly said, he had a really poor night tonight. I'm talking about Jamie in terms of academies, and I think you're right. But what we've created now is robots on the pitch, where I'm actually looking down and thinking, OK, I put myself in, what would I do if I was playing? Now, I wasn't a great player in terms of technically or physically, but I understood the game. And some of the things that went on that pitch, I wouldn't have allowed to happen if I was in a Tottenham shirt. Now, what you've got is, you've got a manager on the side of the pitch. It's his style of management. There's different ways of doing it. He doesn't give any instruction on. So I'm thinking, the manager's told you've got a certain way of playing that you've worked on since he come in, but someone has to get hold of that game and say, we're doing something different. Not be looking for instruction and not keep doing the same thing that the manager's told you to do. You have to say, no, we are changing for the next 5 or 10 minutes. I think it was a one-off game, yeah. But I think Tottenham supporters are going home tonight thinking, that could have been Chelsea, that could have been Brighton. It's the fact that this has happened before. It's not a one-off when you go, it's a great game. It happens too often.
And they've all aged 10 years as well. And that's the other factor. But I think we don't.
But football supporters, I know they want to win and they want to win trophies, but you also want to go on a journey with your team.
Yes, and they've seen
don't you?
Poor football here. They saw Antonio Conte trying to sort of do his thing in his way. And obviously, Antonio's a genius, but he struggled here. Jose Mourinho struggled here. Nunes struggled here, and now they've got the complete, opposite of that. And it is a joy, and we like watching it. But I think our frustration comes from, when he talks about this, what we're going to do and things like that, I totally get that. If you've got Romero and if you've got Van der Ven and you've got Udogie and you've got Porro as your back four regular, but when you're having to change that and a new goalkeeper, there has to come a time when you go, maybe we're just going to tinker it today. Yeah, just tinker it a little bit and let's not play in the fashion that we do, because it is going to cost you, like in the saying.